Welcome back, Stella here. We are making this little girl's album. I realised when I created my papers that I went mostly for baby theme, like cots, etc. So I've added a few more, created a few more with a bed. So you've got the sweet baby girl there, lovely bed, gorgeous colours. And then one in green. So pretty, that one. Blue and pink, a touch of purple. Lovely rocking horse there. And then we've got two in the lilac. These are the A5 portraits. The others are A4 landscape. And another one here. Again, it's two. Green and lilac go together beautifully, don't they? And it's nice and bright, pink and blue. And then we've got this one. Okay, so just a few more to add. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add our pages. Did I show you how I did these? I'm pretty sure I did. Pretty sure. Okay, so we're going to start from the back and then work forward at page 6, so that goes that way. Put some glue on here. And on the other side, very carefully. As always, you can use tape. Okay, I'm just making sure that they are the same, this side and that top and bottom, compared to the edges. And we are slightly off there. That's pretty good, I think. And burnish that glue down really well on both sides. Page 3 and 4. And let's bring that page up. Okay, they are even Stevens. Now press it down. A little marker just to show me which way it goes on the hinge. Now we've got page 1 and 2. Let's grab these pages, make sure we are even, and we are pretty much even. Just press that in. Oops, it slipped. It slipped out. In you go. Come on, in you go. I'm not happy with that, so we're just going to add some more glue and give it another bash. Looks a little bit crooked. I'll fix that. I got some glue seeping. I don't like that. Okay, there's our 3 pages. Now, I've got all these pre-prepared, 5, 6, 3, what's that one, 4, 3, 4, 1, what's this one, 2. Okay, so we've got 1A, in there so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, we've got 1A, which I am assuming goes that way. Got my arrow to the left. 1B is on the bottom. So 1A is 5 3/8 by 7. Why have you got 5/8 there, Stella? It's 5 3/8. I'll double check that. 1, 2, 3/8. 5 3/8 by 7. So that goes there. B, there's a fold over goes to the bottom, fold over at the top, and then page 1D. So page 1B is 5 1/8. It's just between 5 1/16 and 1/8. And by 7 inches, and we have scored at 3/8 and then half. So you got a 3/8 score, then another 1/8, and we just folded them over, creased them, got that lovely gusset there. So that's going to go on the bottom. But this one will go in first, so let's do that now. It goes that way. Use that glue. Pop it in place. Level it with the bottom and the top, and bring it in about 1/16 of an inch from the edge of the page there. It goes that way. And now we're going to open that, and we're going to put one bee in. So open this so that you can only see the 3/8 of an inch flap there, and then put glue on that. Now right at the very bottom, I suppose actually this one should probably go on first. That one goes inside, and then you can see maybe you can't, you can see you've got that little gusset there. So let's open that, and then we're going to do the top one. I think the top one is meant to go on the outside, so we're going to do it that way. So we're just going to glue on that 3/8 of an inch on the inside of this piece. The bottom does go on that way, but this one does go this way. Place it, and then make sure that your little 1/8 of an inch gusset is there. Okay, so that goes in. That goes up, that one comes down, and again you've got that lovely 1/8 of an inch. And now page 1D. This is 5 and 5/16, 5 and 5/16. By the length is 7 inches, and I've scored it at 3/8 of an inch, and then 3/4 of an inch. So you've got 3/8 and then 1/4. That's not right. That's 5/8 of an inch. Sorry, 3/8 and 1/4 is 5/8 of an inch. No, it's not. Ay. Yes, it is. Is Stella. So this one, fold it so that the 3/8 of an inch flap is there, and then glue on the inside of that one. And we're going inside this page, in between page 1 and page 2. So there it is, That's the inside of the page. Pop this in. I should have mited the corners. Let's hope I can do that before my glue dries. That's the way. And just up until that first score line. So this first page goes that, and that. And I probably will be putting a magnet on that. Okay, page 1. Now page 2. I've got page 2C. Goes the top. Page 2B, page 2A. Okay, we've got A and B. I just use scraps for these, and then page C comes over the top. A is 2 5/8. No, 2 9/16. 2 9/16 by 6 3/4, and I've scored it 3/8. 2B is 3 3/8 by 6 3/4. And again, I scored it at 3/8. And actually, I'm going to change it to. I'm going to change this to page 2A. I'm going to pop that up first. Okay, so 2A. This big piece is 5 1/16. 5 1/16 by 7 1/4, and from the top I have scored at 3/8 of an inch and then another 1/8. So 3/8 of an inch, and that should give you a 1/2 inch. And burnish them nice and crisply if you can. Kind of awkward, the little 1/8 of an inch. There we go. I'm just going to change my camera angle just a wee bit. Okay, so I am going to pop this one at the top. So opening it up, we are going to glue only that 3/8 of an inch flap there. Just center it best you can. And then push in that 1/8 of an inch. Little gully there. Or gusset. Okay, so open that one. And these go in the inside. bulk up here, unfortunately. Which I was kind of hoping to avoid. Okay, I'm bringing this in. It's overlapping just a tad. It's okay. So what I can do here to alleviate some of the bulk is very, very carefully very carefully, I said, just remove that little corner there. So we've got those two, and that one comes down, and I don't need any magnets on that one, I don't think. Just like that, simple. Okay, page 3, what have we got there? Okay, we've got page 3D, 3C. Oh, I see what we've got. That one goes there, opens up, and you've got a nice 1/4 inch gusset there. 3A. B, C, and D. So then what you've got is a concertina coming up that way. So let's just do that first, build the concertina. No, I'll give you measurements first. 5 3/8 by 6 5/8, and I think they're all the same size. Yeah, pretty much all the same size. Well, they are. Not pretty much, they are. Okay, 3A, 3B is going to slot in there. So we're going to glue the inside of this. Again, 3/8 of an inch scoring. And that one is going to slot in there. Up to, but not over that score line. Press it over. And then press it in place. Okay, now 3C is going to be popping in there. So the best way to do it actually is this. Pop it in, fold that over, and then pop the glue on. You've got so far, and then page 3D goes in there. Concertina, and and that gets glued to the inside there. Oops. Or does it? Oh, I think I was going this way and that way. So this one needs to go first. Page 3. Fold it out so that just the 3/8 inch flap is towards you. Put some glue on that. And I'm going to put it just 1/16 of an inch away from the edge of the page, and I'm centering it. It's a little away from the top and from the bottom. And then this one. You know, I think I prefer this one going this way. So everything's upside down, that's fine. We will just rub it out. Now, also for this one, we are going to be using a magnet. So we're going to need a little flap over, fold over, like this. This is a scrap. You can do it whatever size you want. This is about 1 inch and 9/16. I haven't decided on my length yet, so we're just going to grab this piece and three-eighths of an inch and another 1/8 of an inch. So you've got both of those, so you can't see them. You can't see them at all. Oh gosh, can you? Oh, there it is. Very fuzzy, unfortunately. I think I'm going to have to spend bigger bucks than I do on a camera. Okay, so we've got that little gusset there. Now that is going to go, fold it so that it's just the 3/8 piece. Let's put some glue on that. And then we're going to go at the edge of the page, centre it as best you can, or not, it's up to you. About a 32nd of an inch in, or maybe not quite a 1/16. So that's that piece. And these will go in here, and that will go there, and this will come across and hold them. So we're just going to cut, I'm going to cut it there, and then I will probably put some ephemera. Open that, and now we are going to glue down this piece across here. Center it, pretty good. It's a little bit more to the top than the bottom, but I'm cool with that. Oh, hello. No, 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 no. What happened to you there? I moved it before the glue was dry. So there we go. So we are going to be having a magnet there and wherever. Let's just put the word M for magnet. That's 3. What have we got here? 4. Now 4's a bit funny. It's a little bit different. Page 4A, which I'm assuming goes that way. Page 4A is 5 and 8, 10, 11 sixteenths. So 5 and 11 sixteenths by 6 and 15 sixteenths. Just write that down there. 5 and 11 sixteenths by, I've forgotten already, oh yeah, 6 and 15 sixteenths. So that's the size. Whoa. Doesn't refocus. And I've scored 3/8 of an inch and then another 1/4 inch. So that one will go there. Then I have created a little concertina, and I've cut that to 10 3/4. So 10 3/4. And I've scored it at 3/8 of an inch. So 3/8 of an inch, then 3 1/2, then another 3 1/2. So you should have 1, 2, 3 at 3 1/2. Okay, then I've got a piece of scrap, which is about, well, about 1 inch and 1/8 by 5 1/8. I've scored it at 3/8 of an inch and then another 1/8 of an inch. Okay, now what you do with this one, in here, very carefully, make a slit in the center of that first score line, that first fold. Then you are going to slide this piece inside that slit up until that first score line. Fold it over, and then we are going to glue that to the backing. So all of that will fit in there, and that's just going to go there. We will have a magnet over here underneath that. So now let's make sure you fold that 1/8 of an inch away. Put some glue on the tab. and I'm going just a little over 1/4 of an inch in from the edge there. And then we will have a magnet to be able to close that one down. This piece, 5 11/16 by 6 15/16. Just fold it so that the 3/8 is up, and pop some glue on that. And then we're going to paste that in about 1/16 of an inch away from the edge. One, then you've got that one. I don't think I'll need any more magnets on that. That one, that one. I am considering popping a pocket across here. Page 5. What have we got for page 5? 5A. Let's just set it up so we can see what we're doing. That's 5A. 5B. That's the top. 5C is underneath. And where do you go? Where do you go? There, I think. So, let's put this one in first. Now, page 5A is 5.5 by 7, scored at 3/8 and then another 1/8. Fold that score line at the 3/8. Add your glue. And we're going to glue it to the edge inside about 1/16 of an inch. And you must still be able to see your 1/8 of an inch gusset there. And then fold it so that that gusset is standing up. Like that. Okay. Now 5B is, I think it's 12 inches. It's the whole. No, it's not quite 12 inches. It's 11 3/4 inches. So I scored at 3/8, and then after that I scored at 6 1/8. So let's just make sure. 6 1/8. And the width is 5 inches. Okay. Place your glue on that top flap, turn the envelope around, and centre this. Right to the top if you can. That's that one. And this little one here is a pocket that goes underneath that, and that is 5 3/4 by 3 3/4, and I scored 3/8, 3/8 and 3/8 on 3 sides. So we're going to snip away those corners right through that cross. Put it wherever you like. I'm going 1/8 of an inch up from the bottom, a bit over there. Down, that goes across, and then we're going to have another pocket here. Now this pocket is the length of it is 7 11/16 by 3 inches, and again I've scored 3/8 of an inch on 3 sides, and we're going to snip corners off. Just bring this towards me, I think it might be easier. I'm just going to do the bottom at the moment. It fits right top to bottom, so about less than 1/8 of an inch in, 1/16 of an inch in from the edge. Now we'll do the sides. Upsy-daisy. Normally I would cover that before putting a pocket on. Never occurred to me. Never occurred. So that will close that way. Now page 6, what have I got planned for you? Page 6C, B, A. Another concertina sort of, I think. Almost. That way. So this one is 10 7/16 by 7 inches, and I scored at 3/8, and then after that another 5. Another 5 and 1/16, so that this piece is shorter. This piece is only 4 7/8, so that it tucks in nicely there. So that is going to go that way, and I'm going to pop it in here, and then this piece will go onto there. Is that the way I want it? Let's be. What are you? And where do you go? Okay, that has a magnet by the looks of it. Okay, so we've got that piece that I just told you about. Got that piece. And then we've got another piece that is 5 3/16 by 7. Again, scoring at 3/8. And another one the same. So we've got 2 more like that, and then the last piece on here is 5 1/2 by 7, and I've scored at 3/8 and then another 1/4. So I am assuming that this one is going to go here. Which I'm not 100% happy about. I would prefer that was that side. So let's try that. Okay, so we've got a nice big 1/4 inch gusset there, and then we can do these from this side. I like that, this side. That one there, and then that one. So we've got a nice big concertina. I'm going to rub out all my marks, all my pencil marks, so I'm not confused. Leave the magnet thing there. So, okay, this side is going in here. What I'm going to do is just miter that 3/8 of an inch, just on there, and then we are going to add some glue on that 3/8 of an inch piece. Slip it inside the page, facing the page. I've centered it as best I could. Okay. Now that gusset there is going to hold everything inside here. So inside here we've got this piece, and then we want that to go in there. We'll make her a concertina like we did earlier. So that's there. And this one is going that way, I think. That way. And then we attach this piece to the outside. Take it up a 1/16 of an inch from the edge. Make sure the sides are even. Come on, 1/16 of an inch. Don't need any more than that. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Too tall there, a little bit there, that's it. That seems to be it. Let's make sure. Okay, I can have that fold like that and that, or I can have that folded that way, but I'm kind of liking it this way. And then we've got our magnets. So, that is our pages. And I may decide to add more pockets. This one could probably use a pocket inside, maybe outside as well. Just like this one. Lovely. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do for now. Just clean up my ink glue. Almost an hour. So we'll come back and we will cover and magnetize our pages. And we'll add, if we want, we'll add some extras. Photo mats, belly bands, pockets if we want to, now that we've got our basic pages done. Okay, awesome. Okay, I hope you'll follow on with my next video, which will be part 3, I think. Yeah. Thanks for watching. I appreciate your time. See you later. Get well and stay safe.